And this is week 12, a playoff picture. All right, entering the last quarter of the NFL season. Pittsburgh up there on top of the division. Bengals are 5-5. Browns and Ravens 3-7. Not good if you're Baltimore. I mean, Baltimore started off this season very hot, but then what happened? You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, right now the question is, when is Sean Harbaugh going to get fired? You know, I mean, and for Cleveland, I mean, they got 3 wins. They pretty much, tripled their victories from last season. Expect maybe 1 or 2 more wins for the Browns before the season ends. I can tell you this much right now. What about Cincinnati? Cincinnati started 4-0 and losing the last 5 of the 6 games, right? Not good if you're Cincinnati, and they're gonna have to see if they can, get out of this little funk. Pittsburgh 8-2. They are the best team and one of the best teams in the AFC. What a turnaround! Yeah, these guys, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they started out very slow. The whole drama with Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and all that stuff. Hey, Mike Tomlin put this team together, and they, said, hey, you know what? Forget about these distractions. Go out there and just play football. That's all. Play football, and that's exactly what they're doing. All right, let's look at the AFC South. The Titans 8-2. That's right. Tennessee, very good football team. They came in here and they beat the Super Bowl champions for the season. This guy's confidence went up really high. They beat the Pats as well. They beat both last year Super Bowl contenders. So look out for Tennessee in the playoffs. That's right. Houston, though, they're 2 games behind, 6-4. That's why they're trying to get the groove a little bit here and there with Deshaun Watson. Get these guys a little bit more of a gaming edge, and watch out. Colts 5-5. Andrew Luck, the comeback of Andrew Luck, and these guys are still looking for a playoff run. Let's see if they do. Jacksonville 4-6. Disappointing. I thought these guys were going to be 13-3, and they still have a chance to go to the playoffs, but every week it gets tough for the Jacks. AFC East, New England 7-3. I mean, again, these guys are always on top of the division. Miami 4-6. They still have a chance. They have a chance, but I don't think these guys are going to go out there and go to the playoffs. I mean, New England is just too strong. Jets 3-7. Sam Darnold and the Jets. I mean, these guys are, trying to get the group going as well. And, they have about 2 more seasons left. And I think that, Todd Bowles is already on the hot seat, so to speak. Buffalo 2-8. Just tough in the quarterback position. I mean, they thought Josh Allen was going to be the answer, not more. Buffalo's just a mess right now. All right, what about the AFC West? Kansas City 10-1, the best team in football. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Kareem Hunt, the who's who of the NFL in that offense. These guys are gonna be in the playoffs, and they're waiting for a Super Bowl run right now. Chargers 8-2, but look out, because Los Angeles 8-2, they're just a little bit behind the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Chiefs shouldn't be just too cocky right now. They should be worried about the Chargers. Broncos are 3-7. They are 3-7. Casey Keenum, and I think that it's time for the Broncos to draft a quarterback. I mean, Paxton Lynch was a bust a couple of years back. These guys, they need a quarterback. Raiders are 1-9. Complete mess overhaul this offseason. Look out, What about the NFC? Starting with the NFC North. Yeah, the Vikings and the Bears are 6-4 because the Vikings beat the Bears. You know what I'm saying? But then, Minnesota is finally coming along. They had a rocky start to the season, but they're finally getting the groove along. These guys could be one of the teams that could catch fire and make a deep run to the playoffs. What about Chicago? 6-4. Yeah, Mr. Trubisky is finally, really stepping up this game as well offensively. The Bears are looking like that old defense as well, with Brian Urlacher under the helm. Look out for Chicago in the playoffs if they make it. Detroit, 4-6. Yeah, Detroit is an up and down team. Mike Patricia is going to have to just, reset expectations for this team a little bit here and there, and see where they can go from there. Green Bay 4-6, disappointing. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is carrying a bad team right now. They're gonna need to draft a lot of defensive players. What about the NFC South? Starting with the Saints, 8-2, one of the hottest teams in football. No doubt about that. The Saints are up there, for a reason. Drew Brees, 39 years old, and still playing like he was like 26. He's throwing the football, slinging it, and they're on a hot track right now to make a big run. Carolina 7-3. And just like the AFC West, with Chiefs and Chargers, I mean, I think that, when I talked about Kansas City, beware, because the Chargers are right behind you. Same thing for the Saints, they got the Panthers right behind them, but one game away. And it's going to come down to these both two teams going at it and see what happens. Atlanta 4-6, very disappointing. I mean, I have a hard, time figuring it out, the Falcons this year, and they're going to have to step it up and see if they want to make a playoff run. Maybe a number 6 seed. Buccaneers 4-6. Also Tampa Bay, they're 4-6. Fitz Magic off and on. And I don't know what to expect from Tampa Bay. I mean, and let's see how it goes. NFC East, Washington 8-2. Wow, that's what I can say. Wow. I mean, Philadelphia. I'm going to talk about them right now with this. For Washington, Alex Smith, has his team on the move. What about Philadelphia, 7-3? The Eagles are 7-3, and I think that these guys are having a good season, but not the best, But let's see how it goes. Cowboys are 3-7. Ouch. That's what I can say. 2 seasons ago, we were all riding high on the Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott ordeal, but not anymore. I mean, these guys have really stepped down as well. Jason Garrett, if he's not gone, then Dallas Cowboys are going to continue to be at this. And what about the Giants? The Giants are bad. Eli Manning, his days are numbered. NFC West, well, the Rams at 9-2. The Rams are a very good football team. I can tell you this much right now. They're playing good, and they lost to Kansas City and Mexico, and they need to just step it up as well, and let's see if they can go 14-2 after this. They need to get win the last 5 games to gain some momentum as they enter the playoffs. But the schedule is tough coming in as they close the season. Seahawks are 5-5. Yeah, they are 5-5 for a reason, because Pete Carroll, has these players believe. What I'm saying? This guy is a veteran coach, and he knows how to, bounce back from adversity. The Cardinals are 3-7, and they are 3-7 because they tied with San Francisco. So you know what? They beat San Francisco twice. To these games, they beat all California teams. The Cardinals are looking for a very good, off season with the 49ers are 3-7. Yeah, they are 3-7, and they're 3-7 for a reason, because they pretty much, when they lost Jimmy Garoppolo, things went south as well. But they got this kid Nick Mullins on the quarterback position. I'm very interested in what's going to happen.